Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. 30 days fitness, day 8 tomorrow. Let's do it. If you missed the first 7 days, it's okay. Hop on in. All right, we'll get it popping. And 2 tickets, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Follow me on Instagram, and way more intimate on Instagram. I'm faster to react to. But I want to talk about 48 Laws of Power review. Um, First, to get off the helicopter, and last, to get on. And from a visual perspective, when a helicopter lands, you jump off and you check the terrain. And when you get back on the helicopter, you got to make sure every one of your infantry, every one of your infantry is on the helicopter, and everything and every person is accounted for. And why this is so important? Because it has a leadership characteristic attached to it. It has a characteristic attached to it. It has a and these are things that we need to sustain us in the bad times and propel us in the great times, or vice versa, however, depending on your perspective. And so many young men, we teach our young men, honestly, and I wouldn't say teach or say lack of teaching. Again, your perspective is to be first at everything, which is a great characteristic to have. But when you're dealing with a family component, when you're dealing with team components, when you're dealing with like brother, sister, siblings type of component, what gets what gets forgotten is being the last person to get on the helicopter. You understand? Because it carries over into life. We leave everyone behind. We want to get off the helicopter first and run the first base, second base, third base home. You understand what I'm saying? Although we are organically competitive because of our gene pool and we're in a capitalist society, when you have a team, it is very essential that you understand the concept and the notion of being the last person to get on the helicopter. You understand? And you guys hear me talk about my videos quite often about leaving the house on the 31st and coming home with the rent money or the mortgage money or the car payment. You understand? Make sure that I'm talking to a lot of men, and I'm speaking as a man, so ladies, don't get mad. Just replace he with she or Tyrone with Lisa, okay? Um, that we as men show up with the money on the first, and that's a characteristic to have. And there's many ways to go doing it. You understand? We got day laborers who go out there and get it. We got men who put sin. We got men who sit in the courtroom. But there's something essential about making sure your wife is in bed safely, your son or daughter is in bed safely, locking the doors, checking the doors every time before you go to bed, making sure the trash come out. These are that's symbolic of always being the last man to get off the helicopter, and it's a beautiful thing. Like, and I know you all can attest to this too. It's like when you're watching people from afar and you see like team dynamics taking place. For example, um, you always see like a man putting his woman in the car first, and he getting in the car last. A man putting his mom and his wife or girlfriend in the car first and second, depending on who sits in the front seat and the back seat, and he gets in the car last. You know, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to see, like, when I pick Lincoln up, um, how people interact with their kids, and they're very protective of their kids. And it's a mindset. You understand? I know I was just speaking of it visually, but I genuinely believe it's a mindset. You understand? It's like when your teammate falls, right? Do you allow another teammate to beat you to pick him up? Even if you can't get there, there's a level of heightened respect when your teammates see you running over there in efforts to help get him up off the ground after he got fouled on a play or got tackled, whatever sports you're playing. You understand what I'm saying? Or if you're in the gym, this is a boxing channel. and water bottles are empty, which happens every 8 minutes, every 2 rounds in my gym. The water bottles are empty. Who puts water in the water bottles? That's a synonym for being first to get off the helicopter and last to get on. And I know I'm using simple metaphors and or analogies, but feel free to equate it based off of level 1 through 10, however you perceive it in your life. But I think it's a mindset, and I think it's very very important that we fully grasp and understand. You understand, like how we see in all these drug movies, how there's no teamwork. There's teamwork when you're first getting money, but by the end of the movie, all these drug dealers are so fractured. There's no team taking place. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm big on mafia movies and drug movies and like urban-led theatrical films and stuff like that. Like that's like my medium that I absolutely enjoy. But when you watch these films, you're like, you know, New Jack City, everybody going down, right? At the beginning, in the middle of the movie, he was the first one to get off the helicopter and the last to get off. But when in actuality, he showed his true colors when facing adversity. You understand? Adversity will reveal who you are in real life. You understand? And we are some of our life experiences, and it shows in our face. It shows in our energy. It shows when we shake a man's hand. You know, it shows when we say hello. It shows in our organic smile or frown. You know, and but I think it's just the mindset. You know what I mean? And you can start with tangible things. You understand what I'm saying? But training the mind to be first and last. You know, it's not by accident, and I say this as real as possible. It's not by accident. I'm the last person to always fall asleep in the house, and this is not something that I'm bragging about or anything. I'm never the first person in my house to fall asleep. Never. I may doze off, obviously, because I'm on the couch. I'm talking about literally go to bed. Never. If there's 365 days in a year, 365 days, I'm the last person to go to bed in this house. Because that's just what I believe. I'm not perfect. I mean, I shouldn't say 360 because that's perfect, but you get my gist. You understand? If the kids are out, I don't go to sleep. If Dre is out, I stay downstairs and I wait. I don't wait upstairs. I wait downstairs, and when I see the cars pulling up in the driveway, I always unlock the door, so it gives off the impression I've been waiting on them. You know what I mean? It's like the training, like making their mind. You beat them to the car, you beat them to the trunk, you pull stuff out the trunk. It's just, what I mean, I'm gonna talk about that and 48 Laws of Power too. It's like the ability to deceive. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's not necessarily deception, but I'll explain it later because I'm not in that mind frame right now. But I just want to share this with you all, man. I think that we all have these characteristics. I think no one is immune to this. However, your life is designed, but always be the first one off the helicopter and the last one to get off. All right. Like something as subtle as uh, uh, make sure there's diapers in a diaper bag. You know what I mean? Because we go through so many diapers with Kennedy. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you get home, put two or three, four diapers back in a diaper bag. It's just real subtle stuff. It's not nothing like glamour. Maybe once in a while there's something real important, but it's real subtle as we get older. We're not fighting wars like in war movies. You understand? Uh, but uh, uh, but it's real subtle. You understand? Like you guys get what I'm saying. But anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Barbershop on Patreon, as I told you guys. The first 20 will go on my YouTube channel. The second half, whatever, I think it's going to be about maybe 80 to 100 of these that I'm going to do. And I think that it's going to be dope. So I salute y'all. I thank y'all. And Patreon, I dropped it from 15 to $5. I think this series is that important. I want to do 2 to 3 a week. But I genuinely think that they are so important because even if I'm wrong, it still puts you in that mindset of spiritual development, metaphysical development, physical development. I could be 1000% wrong, but But even if the video is wrong, it's still going to get you in the mindset of getting better, because I know I'm not perfect, and sometimes my opinions or my thought process may not be congruent with yours. But the spiritual journey is, you know what I mean? We all going to the same place, heightened awareness. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And talk to you guys soon. Peace.